to get some content for this Airbnb. It's only an hour away. It's been pretty rushed, to be honest. I'm going to Hong Kong on Tuesday. Today's Sunday, and yeah, it's just been hectic since being back from Vanuatu. I was supposed to be there at like 1 o'clock, but just put in maps and I'm going to be there at 4 o'clock. So hopefully the weather holds out. It's a great day, to be honest, weather-wise. But I'm just hoping these clouds don't come out. It looks like they are. But yeah, hopefully we can get some good drone shots. Basically, I haven't done a video like this in a while, to be honest. This little Airbnb, Wilka Escapes, they reached out to me after I posted one of my reels on Lock Travels, and they wanted a similar video, so I was like, sure, why not? And it took me ages to get back to them. It's been like, they messaged me right before Black Friday, and obviously that was a hectic month, or honestly a few months in terms of the lead up and then the actual month of Black Friday itself. So finally got around to it. We were supposed to go earlier in the week, but I said to him I didn't want to lock anything in, just because obviously the weather is a huge part in making sure the video looks as good as it can be. So I said to him, like, let's just lock it in for now. But if someone else books that night, that's fine. We can, I suppose, wait until close to the day, see how the weather's looking, and then make a call from there whether we go ahead, because it's overcast and the weather's shit. It's just not worth going out there and trying to film everything, because it just won't look as good. So today's looking good. From what I can see right now, it's clear skies. So yeah, honestly, same as what I did last time. I'm just heading up there by myself. I've been told there's no Wi-Fi or reception, which is kind of good. So I honestly plan on doing that anyway. I just wanted to flick my phone on do not disturb, airplane mode, and just kind of chill. Get my notepad out, write down some thoughts, read my book, and honestly chill. Maybe start editing a couple of videos. I really want to prioritize YouTube this year. I've got a few videos in the works at the moment, and yeah, one's from the Bali shoot, one's from Vanuatu, and then this is going to be a video in itself. So I'm hoping, I mean, the thing with YouTube is it just takes so much longer to edit. We'll get it done. I'm going to get help with Geordie. Yeah, because I like doing this. I feel like I can document everything that's going on, and I enjoy it. Like, I've always enjoyed this. It's always been a hobby for me, and kind of as the business has started to grow, it's taken time away from that, that's fine. I love doing both, but sometimes I find it hard to balance that. So yeah, I've got some help. Hopefully that means we can pump out more, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I suppose that leads into what I've got planned for 2026. I had a few messages actually, people messaged me personally asking for me to start YouTube, and I was like, yeah, I know I need to start, I need to get back onto it, sorry. And I was like, yeah, that's the plan for this year. They had a few questions around how to start a brand, and honestly just the basics of getting started. So I thought, why not do more of this and speak to the camera, and I suppose share what I've learned over the years. And yeah, so anyway, goals for this year, definitely be posting on YouTube more. I'd love to make that consistent, whether it's weekly videos, fortnightly videos. I know that was my goal last year, and I think I posted one YouTube video. But that's all good. It was a hectic year, and yeah, I suppose I've got some big targets for Luther this year. I want to, I suppose the revenue target, I want to hit 10 mil. So we'll see how we go with that. I'll keep you guys updated along the way. And yeah, I want to hit that 100,000 order Shopify plaque. That's on my vision board this year. So yeah, what else? There's a few things I definitely want to do a bit more travel. After speaking about Die With Zero in the previous video I posted, experiences is always something I want to prioritize, and I feel like I've always done that as best I can. Like, I do work a lot, but I love traveling around and working from different locations. It's like, that to me is just the best, and I feel like I've always had a good balance of locking in and working when I need to, and then also enjoying my 20s and making the most of it. I feel very blessed in that sense. So yeah, more of that, more travel. Obviously I'm going to Hong Kong on Tuesday, and I'll be there for 4 nights to visit my denim supplier, and then I will be heading over to China to see my main supplier. We've got a bunch of samples and things like that to go over before Chinese New Year, just so that when they get back, everything's good to go. We can sort of finalize everything, and yeah, I can't wait for that. Honestly, China, it's just, I absolutely love it. It's always so much fun over there, and I love going over and seeing the team, and it's can't wait. So that's the plan. Hugh will be coming over to meet us, which will be sick. He's coming on like the 28th, so like just over a week after we get there. And then, yeah, we'll do Guangzhou with the main part. We're flying to Guangzhou. And then, yeah, what's after that? Then we're heading across to Vietnam to visit a new manufacturer, visiting a factory over there, and then the plan is to play some golf in Da Nang. When all the boys went, or when I went with the boys a couple of years ago, they all played golf in Da Nang and it looked insane, but I wasn't into golf at that time, so that's something on my 2026 vision board as well. And yeah, what else? Definitely I want to go back to Europe. Yeah, Dolomites this year I would love to do. That's another thing on my vision board. I've been meaning to do that for ages, and I've had a few people go, or one of my mates went last year, he said it was unreal, so hoping I can go back there, thinking July, August time, and then hopefully back to Greece. And the plan will be just to go and get a bunch of content. Obviously it's going to be awesome, but like traveling over there, but the plan is to get content as well. I mean, I just love that to me is just a hobby, so to sort of be able to combine both those things is awesome. And then what else have we got planned? What else have we got on the vision board? Yeah, so I'm also turning 30 this year, so that's going to be a big one. Like in terms of, I just want to go away. I want to get a huge villa and invite all my best mates. I don't know where that's going to be just yet. I'm thinking like somewhere like Bali. Not Bali. One of my mates doesn't like Bali, so he doesn't want to go there. So we'll go like, I reckon like Thailand or Vietnam. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I want to make sure that I'm the fittest and healthiest I've been. Turning 30 this year, I really want to make sure that, I mean, it's always been a priority for me, my health and fitness. So yeah, I want to make sure when I'm hitting 30, I'm feeling good. And yeah, so what else have we got? I suppose they're definitely the main ones. You know, things will change along the way, and yeah, I'm keen. It's gonna be a good year. I'm very excited. There's so much going on. It's honestly jam packed. But yeah, just take it one day at a time and see how we go. Hey, but that's it for now. I'm gonna keep driving up to this Airbnb. I'll show you around. It looks sick. I'm keen as to see it. Just chill out. Weather's good. Get some content, and I'm keen. I said that way too much. One thing I'm trying to do is get better at speaking to camera. When I listen to myself back, I'm like, anyone that records themselves would know, but it's like anything, I suppose. The more I do it, the more I'm going to get better at it and feel comfortable talking to the camera. I say way too much. I'm trying to avoid that, but we'll get there. It's practice. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. So I suppose going back to starting a clothing brand, I've obviously had a few people reach out asking some questions. A lot of they were questions around how to get started and ABN, registering a business name, things like that. Honestly, that thing, like, I would just get on ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT. They'll provide you with the exact links you need to set up an ABN. You can just Google how to set up an ABN or registering for an ABN. Same with registering a business name. I suppose one thing to be wary of is making sure that the name is available and you don't run into any trademark issues. I've heard of quite a few people and brands run into issues like this recently where they've had to rebrand and change their name. So if you can, do what you can, make sure you check that, because you don't want to get 12, 24 months into the brand and then realize, oh fuck, I can't use that name because someone else is using it. So definitely check that. But a lot of the questions around how to register and things like that, you can just Google it. Like ChatGPT will be your best friend. It'll literally provide you with exact links. You just click through, set it all up. I suppose the more important questions will be around like the strategy, product. Product is number one, always. That's something I wish I prioritized more when I got started. But you should, at the end of the day, the product is what is going to end up in your customers, your community's hands. So you want to do absolutely everything you can to make sure the details, the fit, the fabrics, everything is, the packaging, the branding, everything is as good as it can be, because it'll make such a difference. You want people to be stoked with the product when they get it, and that turns into them telling their friends, turns into 5-star reviews, and then it's just oh my god, these suitcases, fucking hell. But product is always the most important thing. I think the earlier on you realize that, and you can just make sure it's the best it can be, the better off you'll be in the long run, and everything else it just makes everything else easier. your marketing, your content. Yeah. So definitely prioritize that. And then the other thing will be the content, essentially, like, and how you market the product. Like, especially with AI and it just becoming easier to run ads and reach new audiences. Like, there's never been a better time to sort of, which I honestly need to do myself, and that's a huge priority for me this year, is content, because I know how important it is. It's the, like, after product, obviously, it's the most important thing. And everyone's on a level playing field now, because with TikTok and Reels, you don't have to have a huge following to sort of get traction and pop off. So yeah, map out a full content plan, strategy to be posting consistently, double down on Reels, use trial Reels, and honestly, I need to, it's easier said than done, because I need to do that myself, and it's something I want to, like, I know I love doing it, and I want to prioritize this year, because yeah, as I said, it's the most important thing, but I, a lot of the time, don't get around to doing it as much as I need to, because I just end up doing other things in the business, which takes my time away from it. So I really want to, get some extra help this year, and make sure I can delegate tasks that I don't want to do, and yeah, that'll allow me to do the things that I'm good at, because there's a lot of things in this business that I'm not good at, and that's fine. But yeah, I suppose if you can do that, I suppose another thing is just investing in, like, trying, obviously, yes, you're going to have a limited budget when you're first starting, but do what you can to find a good photographer, make sure the website looks good, look at the best brands, model their websites, because obviously you can create a very cheap website these days with Shopify, and honestly with the themes you can make it look really good yourself, and that's that. Like, it's really simple, especially even with AI now, so you can just tell it what you want and it'll spit it out basically. So yeah, make sure your website looks good, make sure you invest in good product photos. At the end of the day, when you're selling online, that's what people are looking at when they're buying. So make sure you've got good flat lays, good on-body e-com shots, really show off the details, make sure you highlight that in the photos. If there's specific embroidery, prints, custom branding, make sure your photographer gets close-ups of those and really captures those, because it obviously increases perceived value, and people want to see that. If it's on there, you've obviously put the detail in because you think it's going to look good, so make sure you highlight that. So don't take any shortcuts there. And the other one is, obviously finding a good photographer. Find a photographer that aligns with your content and like how you want your brand to look in terms of their creative direction and things like that. Like, that was a huge unlock for me, was finding a photographer that I loved. Like, I found his work, I looked at it, and I was like, that's sick. I want my stuff to look like that. Sorry, I'm just crossing a hectic intersection here. So yeah, do that. Sorry, that was hectic. I hate those intersections. So I'm gonna have to pull over and fix these fucking suitcases. So find a photographer that you look at and you go, all right, that's sick. That aligns with my brand, and choose them. Don't just choose your local photographer just because they're your mate, or okay, I said that, I worded that wrong. Yes, I'm sure you will know someone at the start that is a photographer, and it's easy to contact them first because you know them. But I would recommend, I don't always think that's the best idea, because they might not take the photos that you, and their sort of editing or creative style or creative direction may not align with your brand, and it's huge. It goes back to branding. Like, you need to make sure that everything's aligned with your product, brand, and so obviously your photography becomes an important part of that. So choose a photographer you like. That's that. And then that's all I got for now, I reckon. I can't think of any other questions that came to mind. I suppose, actually I had another question around meta ads. I highly recommend learning meta ads yourself from the start. Don't outsource your ads to an agency. It's the most important skill you can learn when you want to scale. In order to scale. So if you want to scale your brand, yes, an agency can do that, and they'll work with you, but sometimes they can make it look good. They can inflate the results to make it look like they're getting, these crazy results, when in reality they're just sort of hitting warmer customers that are already involved in your brand, or already know about and have probably shopped with you before. So I would learn meta ads. It's the most important skill, because when you want to start scaling up, it's all going to come down to content and pumping that content into meta. So that's one thing. I would just start with choose your budget. People ask how much should I spend. It's like whatever you're comfortable with to start with. because yeah, obviously if you start seeing results, it's like you're going to want to increase the budget. So you could start with $100, and if that converts for you, then you know you should scale it. And the more budget you put behind it, you're just going to get data quicker and learn quicker, and then make results. And make decisions quicker. So yeah, that's my take on learning meta ads. I've never outsourced it. I've always, yeah, it was one of the first things I learned actually. But yeah, 83 Oxy Shred, 30 grams for 160 calories. 150 calories is crazy. I don't even know how that's possible. They taste good as. Recommend. I've got a new mount for this camera, by the way, so I don't know. The camera looks like it's shaking all over the place when I'm driving, but hopefully the stabilization in this camera does its thing and the footage is alright. I'm going to post it anyway, but anyway, I can't think of anything else brand related at this point to talk on, but I did mention in the other video that if there's any questions or if there's anyone watching it, there's not many people watching, I know that, but if you have any questions, drop them below in the comments. Yeah, I'd love to help if I can. So yeah, and also I appreciate anyone that's watching this. So yeah, got a new watch yesterday. Me and Jordy got a new Apple Watch. Honestly, I had like the Apple Watch 3 that I've used for fucking ages. It didn't even connect to my phone. All I could do was actually start a stopwatch for gym, so I could track out when I was there, which is kind of good to be honest. I hated when I had the app, like it was linked to my phone and had a million notifications coming through. Even though, I mean, you can turn it off, which I have done with this new one. But I wanted to be able to track my steps. I wanted this year, obviously, as I said, I want to prioritize my health, make sure I'm, staying fit. Fuck, 30 this year, that's crazy. So I got to stay fit. But got the Apple Watch, can see my steps, 10,000 steps a day, got to stay lean. And yeah, I'm going to be doing gym 4 or 5 times a week and then running 3 times a week. I think that's the sweet spot for me. I'm not a huge runner, but I do love it. I mean, honestly, I'm happy to do 3 to 5K 3 times a week. And if I'm doing that, I'm feeling good. So that's the plan. It's going to be interesting in China because, yeah, obviously you're not going to be you're going to be out of routine. The food is elite there. I can't wait for a hot pot, to be honest. But God, definitely won't be sticking within my calories, that's for sure. But fuck it, only there for a week-ish. But yeah, hopefully I'm replacing this watch soon. I'm going to Hong Kong soon, so hopefully I can explain in more detail then. But yeah, hopefully I'm only wearing this gym in a couple of weeks. Another thing I love about going out to these Airbnbs is that it's kind of a good chance for me to get content as well for Luther. So that's the plan. It's like, obviously get content for the Airbnb, and then I can get content for my personal stuff, I can get content for Luther, and they all just tie in together, which is sick, and it's kind of perfect really. That's why, one thing this year as well is I want to really get my travel page back up and running. I've got someone editing the videos now so that I can be consistent with posting, and I don't really have to worry about it too much. Like, I still love it, but whenever I go travel anywhere, I'm always filming stuff anyway. That's just, I started doing that because as I said before, just because I love it. Like, I didn't have the intention going into it to make money out of it. It was purely just because I've always taken photos, always taken cameras, and I'd say that's just my number one hobby. So it's sick. They all tie in together, and that way, if I'm consistent with Lock Travels again, I'll probably start getting more deals with certain hotels. And whenever I go to those certain hotels, it's just more chance, another opportunity for me to get content for Luther as well, which is obviously the number one priority. So, and I obviously get to go to cool places, and as I said before, that ties into content and being the most important thing. So that's another focus this year. If I can be hands off, and then results in more travel opportunities and more collaborations with hotels, travel companies, whatever it may be, then that's happy days. And it's kind of it's pretty surreal that I always dreamt of doing shit like this. So I suppose if you're, whatever it is, just keep at it. Don't give up, because I suppose for me in my ecom business, like Luther the clothing brand, things only started picking up really at the start of 2024, and it's 2 years, and I was going for 3 years prior to that with not with nothing, but it was just so slow. And it only takes one good product or one good ad to change the trajectory of your business, and that's what I always tell people. So it's just the only way you'll lose is if you give up, and that was always my mentality. So but going back to the travel, I really want to work with Luxury Escapes. I just put to that. I really want to work with Luxury Escapes more this year. I didn't work with them at all last year, actually. The last time I worked with them was in Bali in 2024. So they're easily my favourite travel company to work with. If you haven't booked a Luxury Escape, what are you doing? They're honestly insane. Like, I'm not just saying that because I work with them. Like, I've been on Luxury Escapes where I haven't been working with them, and I've genuinely just paid with my own money. Like, just the inclusions and the whole experience and the hotels they partner with, like, they're the best. So that's, yeah. And funny, I actually was speaking to Eugene. He's the head of social and talent at Luxury Escapes, and yeah, I'm planning on working with them again. I've actually got a job with them that, yeah, he's coming up actually, so might be yeah, I've told them that I'm keen to work with them again this year, and I'm sure we'll be able to tee something up. So that's something I'm keen for. And yeah, and speaking of that, actually, I want to, I guess, talk about like investing in whatever it may be, right? I'm going to use my travel as an example. Yes, it's hard at the start to get jobs, but you've got to actually pull money out of your pocket and invest in these travel experiences and overseas trips and things like that to build up your content and your portfolio, essentially. Like, your portfolio is essentially just your Instagram or your TikTok. And once you start to build it up, then you're going to have more leverage over brands, and they'll be willing to pay you or give you free trips or whatever it may be. But that was always, I'm not saying, as I said, that I went into that, like, I'm not getting paid by any of these travel companies or anything like that. As I said, it doesn't interest me getting paid by them. Of course I didn't decline it if they offered to pay me, but for me it's just that it's an experience and I do it anyway. So if I'm not having to pay for the trip, then it's a win. And that should always be your thought process if you genuinely love it, right? Like, just make the videos because you love it, and the more you do it, the more opportunities will come from it, and it's as simple as that. Don't expect to get paid from the get-go, right? Like, even investing in certain things, like whatever you're trying to do, right? Like, I've been following Shane Baines lately. Oh fuck, that's not the road. Oh my god, there's just shit flying everywhere in the back. He's been popping up for his like luxury aesthetic, high-end fashion, cars, lifestyle, and he said it perfectly of like, you've got to be willing to pay for these, you know, expensive Airbnbs or hiring these expensive cars or buying these expensive designer goods, and create content after you buy it, because that's how you're going to build your portfolio of content, and that's how it'll end up turning into paid opportunities where, you know, for him, he's working with a lot of these car manufacturers, like car brands like Mercedes, Bentley. I mean, he's working with basically all of them now. But that's how he got to that, right? By just creating the content because he wanted to early on, and with the fashion stuff as well, designer goods, like Airbnbs, like he's willing to pay for those things to get the content, and that's, yeah, a huge unlock, I guess, and something you need. If you want to get into it, that's the best way to do it, right? Like, just buy it yourself and create the content, and then you're likely to, if you're good at creating the content, then there's no doubt it's going to turn into paid opportunities, and you'll end up, after a consistent period of time doing it, you'll get the jobs you want to get, and you'll be starting to get stuff for free, and you'll be getting paid for it. So yeah, that was my takeaway. That's always been my mentality, and yeah, his content is sick, by the way, honestly, and I kind of want to get some photos and videos like he does at this Airbnb, so I'm going to try. I mean, I just flashed the cop up here. I just find it so fun. Like, for me, I'd love to create similar content to him, but yeah, for me, as I said, I'm not doing that for more so I can get content out of Luther, not to get paid by these big brands. And yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents on it, and something I wanted to share and something I've been thinking about lately. But yeah, he's killing it. I was flying my drone before, and first time I've crashed it since 2018 in Europe with the boys. I'll put the footage over the top of this, but there's a heap of trees behind me, and I was like panning sideways and slightly back at the same time, and I wasn't even on sports mode, which meant the sensors were still on, and then the sensors went off, and it was too late. I was going too quick sideways and hit the tree. And I was so lucky that it was like within the tree line, so I could actually go and find it. I spent like half an hour trying to find it. I turned on the setting to ping the drone, and you just couldn't hit it. It wasn't that at all. So like I could see, because the drone was still on, so I could see where it was kind of looking up towards the sky. So I knew that it was on the tree line, because there was only a few trees in front of it, because there's like literally no trees just here, but then there's like this, yeah, like so many trees. So yeah, I was pinging it, and I was literally just walking the tree line, and I could see on the map as well, because I had the remote in my hand, and then the map finally located where I was. But yeah, drone was found in the end. But I'm gonna put the footage on top of this. It was hilarious. And it still works. I was like, oh no, I had like 2 drone shots I filmed before I crashed it, and I was like, fuck. Obviously the owner of this place would be spewing, because I was about to message him and be like, I've lost my drone, can't find it, I've crashed it. So that would have been shit ass. So anyway, found it, which was so lucky, and then yeah, recalibrated everything and it works fine. So happy days. The propellers are a bit shredded up, so I've got to replace them. That's fine. But I'm gonna have to run now. I'm at 8,300 steps, so I want to get my 10k steps in. I'm just gonna do a few hill runs up and down this hill behind me. But yeah, then I'm gonna chill out. I thought there was gonna be food close by, or at least a microwave, but that's not the case. But there's a pan in there with a gas top, so like a little portable one. So I'll still be able to heat my food up, which is good. So I just bought like meal preps and going away on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm gonna get a run in, and yeah, then come back here. Maybe like the, I don't know if I should like the fight. It wants me to, but it's total 5 minutes. So I'm like, no, not risking it. But yeah. Sat in that hot tub for like 40 minutes, and it was elite. So chill out here, honestly. I love that. No phone, just sitting and relaxing. What am I doing? Yeah. So I brought my dinner. I think I mentioned before. I had meal prep, which I make for lunch, but I'm going on Tuesday, so I've got extra meal prep, so thought I'd bring it. And this was super rushed anyway, so I knew I had to get content, so I was like, may as well just bring the food and then I can heat it up here. I assumed there'd be a microwave, but that's fine. We've got the little portable gas top. Let's get this bad boy going. Just gonna dump this in a plate. This. Bang. Pesto, chicken, pasta for meal prep. One of my favourite. It's that good. 800 calories, got like 80 grams of protein. It has quite a few calories. Lost them. I mean, I'm not cutting, I'm just maintaining. At the moment, I haven't been bulking or just trying to stick to like 2,000 to 2,200 calories. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. Some days I definitely go over that, but it's just what happens. It's going to be hard to stick to that in China. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this video here. It's 9 o'clock. I got the last few videos this morning with the drone. I'm gonna get a few more now once I've packed all my stuff in the car, but yeah, gotta go home, pack for China, Hong Kong and Vietnam, so I'm heading off there tomorrow. But yeah, if you want more of these videos, or if you like these videos, subscribe, drop me a comment if there's anything specifically you want to see, whether it's brand related or travel content stuff. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I'm keen to be posting more this year. Just need to make sure I edit all this content because I've got all this content there. It's just hasn't been edited yet. But yeah, if you've watched this far, thank you, and yeah, see you in the next one.